Here, welcome to my channel. Congrats to the OKC Thunder, basically. I mean, honestly, it seemed interesting, but the way things went down kind of sucks. Like with Halliburton, like going down in the first quarter, essentially with what looks like an Achilles issue. Basically, it looks like he's got the same thing that's happened with Lillard as well as with I forgot the other dude that basically went down this year as well too. And on Tatum. So three stars basically went down with Achilles, torn Achilles. It seems like. So the real question is what do they do? Like, what does Indiana do? Because right now it's like without Halliburton, it's possible they should still be able to like at least make the playoffs. But without Halliburton, that's where it comes down to is like what happens with that. Similar to like Boston now, like Boston's like saying like it's all going to be on Brown at that point. So Brown's got to do something, and then of course with Milwaukee, it's got to be all on Giannis. The way Giannis is like he's looking like he's not going to leave Milwaukee, so that would be interesting to see how that works out as well too. And of course we saw with the other news yesterday coming out that basically KD was traded to Houston. I don't know how that works out, but Ime Udadaka basically with KD, I think he should be able to. I don't think they're the favorites to win the finals, but it gives them a much better chance of going deeper into the playoffs. Um, Quite honestly, I think it comes down to because the fact is like you're still gonna have to deal with OKC again because the same group is pretty much coming back again next year. Denver is gonna come back stronger, and Golden State because you got Jimmy Baskets, Curry, and Green. They're not retiring just yet. I think they're going to make one last push and one last run, and then of course then you got the possibility of the Lakers, where what happens with the Lakers with LeBron and Luka. If Luka comes back like really healthy and like a beast, changes them completely. And like let's not be surprised. The Lakers probably make a trade for someone else at that point as well to fit Luka within Luka's skill sets. And then of course you've got the Clippers possibly. I mean, like Harden can only do so much, but we're interested to see what happens with Harden and Kawhi if Kawhi is really healthy again. Can Kawhi maintain his health? It's possible if he stays healthy, then they could probably go far, possibly. But they'll need that third person as well too. And then on the opposite side, basically, you got on the East Coast, India being injured. Halliburton being injured. I mean, sorry, it opens it up a little bit again for the East, essentially. I mean, I have a feeling the two strongest teams are going to come out. I don't think Boston's going to get out. Indiana may or may not, depending because like Halliburton can only like without Halliburton, I don't think they can go that far. It might come down to most likely. I would say probably depending what Detroit does and Cleveland. Let's not forget Cleveland was like really they had an injury riddled team during that playoff run against the Pacers. Cleveland healthy changes the dynamics a little bit. The Knicks, I don't see them getting past anything because like if they play the way they did this year, they're not getting past the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I think the one thing that you can't forget is the Sixers. If Embiid is healthy, is Maxi's healthy, as well as Paul George, and they're all healthy, and they're playing 100%, they're going deep. They're going to the finals. Let's be honest, they'll be going to the finals at that point. But I just leave it at that. But like coming back to the to the game itself, I mean, after Halliburton went down, it was surprising how the close the Pacers were keeping. Well, not that close, honestly. I mean, it's a little misleading towards the end of the scores, but I mean, it was impressive. Like they were still trying to keep up at least the best they could. But then again, you got SG and then Green finally showing up out of the blue. I mean, like honestly, him and Holmgren basically they all showed up. I mean, Williams and Holmgren finally showing up a little bit, and then Hartenstein. I mean, congrats to Hartenstein. He's finally got something now. As a Knick, he would never have gone it. I mean, it would have been great if he was with the Knicks. They probably would have gone far if he was with the Knicks at this point. Um, Similar to If Dante was back with the Knicks as well too, but that's neither here nor there. But outside of that, I'll leave it at that. Again, congrats to the OKC Thunder. They did it. It's I wouldn't be surprised if they try to. I don't want to say retool, but it's going to be hard for them to add someone. But it's not that hard to add someone in there as a bench player to help them out in the long term, especially to take off a lot of the pressure from SGA, because that's what it's going to come down to. Is if SGA gets injured, OKC's not going far in the playoffs as well too. But that's only my thought. Let me know your thoughts. Leave it in the comment section. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.